Well, right, right. Okay, I know you're not supposed to cough as a TI. You're not supposed to start your video off coughing. Sometimes I actually just have to clear my throat. Okay, for any TIs who are, I've heard a term rational paranoia, and my dad said, who's a real stickler for language, he says that's a contradictory term. There's no such thing as rational paranoia. If it's rational, it's not paranoia. And I had heard that term from, I forget who I had heard it from, but certainly if everyone's coughing around you and then someone coughs, you're gonna think, well, that person's fake or something. But sometimes when you, oh, sorry, Stu, when you start talking to make a video, that's actually when you're gonna clear your throat because you're not talking. You're just staying by yourself in your house all alone after Marina dumped you. You're just all by yourself in your house after Marina dumped you. And when you first start talking, you're going to have to clear your throat. And so basically, I did the impossible. I said to Marina last night, you cheated on me. Admit it, or I'm going to dump you. I basically said that. It took me a long time. It took me like 10 pages, and I had to like beat around the bush, but ultimately, if you condense it down, that's what I said. And her response was, no, I didn't. And she said, you're just trying to find excuses to break up. And I said, no, I'm not. And she said, I'm sorry I hurt you. I won't ever do that again. I hate that you think I cheated on you. It was just a misunderstanding because we weren't even together back then. I thought it was just a joke. Like when I said that I wanted to marry you and live with you, I thought that was just a joke. I was just joking. So it didn't really count that I cheated on you. So it wasn't really cheating. And I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'll never do that again. And I said, all you really have to say is sorry for cheating, and I will still be in a relationship with you. And I appreciate that you're honest enough to know that's all you have to say, and I'll still be in a relationship with you. But you will not say that because you actually do not believe that. You actually do not even understand that you cheated. And the fact that you won't lie to me really impresses me. It really makes me love you. And it also makes me scared that because you don't even acknowledge and understand that you cheated, that you could easily do it again and you can just as much break my heart again. And so it's not that I don't love you. It's not that I'm trying to find excuses to break up with you. It's that I'm afraid that you're going to hurt me. So I think we should break up. I think the gap in our maturity is too much. The gap in our honesty is too much. And it would be like if I hit you and then my apology was, oh, I didn't hit you. You just ran into my fist. So, I'm really sorry it happened. I'll never let it happen again. But, I didn't hit you. You ran into my fist. It's just not good enough. It's not real enough. It makes me feel like you don't even acknowledge that it happened. And so you're just going to do it again. It's just too hypocritical. It's like, how can I even trust you then? And that fucking sucks. But you're supposed to do that. Like, you're not supposed to say, okay, this makes no sense, but I'm going to pretend it does. You're not supposed to say that. Have you ever had an argument with someone and no matter how obvious your point is, they just go, well, no, I don't see it. And you then you try to make it more obvious and you say, but look, can't you see it's so obvious? And they go, nope, no, I just don't see it. And eventually then you say, maybe you just don't care. Maybe you are a bigot. Maybe you're really just a bigot and you really just don't care. It's just like, it's just as simple as that. It's just as simple as you have double standards and there's nothing else to it. And I'm left there going, no, it's don't you see it's double standard. I have to convince you. If I can only convince you. But the real thing that's happening is the problem is there, but she just don't care. The real problem is she just doesn't care. And no one likes to admit that. She said, I hate that you think I cheated on you. Well, yeah, because it's not that I think you cheated on me. You hate that you did cheat on me. And she had, she had really, I was going to say something else, but I don't want to invade her privacy. Well, anyways, so I won't say that. I don't have any animosity towards her. I don't want to invade her privacy or say, and here's the real gossip about her. And, you know, I have a lot of love for her. And I told her that I would really like it if we were still together. And I said, I will never abandon you. You can always come back at any time on the grounds that you admit you cheated. And if you don't do that, then I've already fought for you now. And I don't want to harass you. Like, I sent you, like, everything I have to say, basically, including I love you and goodbye. And, I'm always here. If you ever want to come back, I'm always here. Like, don't think I'm abandoning you or something. And if I don't hear from you, I'm not going to talk to you anymore. I mean, I've said my piece. And this is crazy. Like, I've known her for like a year. I was in love with her since I first saw her. And I want to say, it's fine. Just it's totally cool. It was just a misunderstanding like you say. But I feel like that will lead to big problems. I feel like later on, I'm going to go, "Oh shit, the warning signs were here the whole time." Yes, she's the first person I was excited about since Chelsea. She's the second person I've ever been excited about in my life. I wanted to marry her, like, if needed, I wanted to live with her. I wanted to have a life with her. But if I have to feel like I'm looking over my shoulder for her to cheat or for her to do something equivalent where it's mistreating me and she goes, well, that's not what happened. Because cheating and not acknowledging it sets precedent that what else can she do? And plus she says to me, if you ever cheat on me, I'll dump you. Right after she cheats on me. And I said, you might be wondering why I'm all of a sudden bringing this up, because this cheating happened like a month ago or something. And you might think that I'm suddenly finding excuses to dump you. But really, last night, she said, I can't visit you because it's just too much. And I never logically thought it through. And that kind of triggered me. I thought, okay, I also haven't logically thought it through that you cheated on me. And, well, I was making excuses. You were equivocating. You were making excuses that you didn't cheat. And I was making excuses for you. I was inventing excuses that didn't even exist for you. Oh no, it was just a misunderstanding. No, you just didn't think we were serious. When you said that you wanted to get married to me and run away with me and live with me, and that you wanted to be my girlfriend, you were just joking. I know. It was just a joke back then. Even though it broke my heart. Even though it broke my heart. Even though I cried alone and there was no Marina then. When I was crying alone after she broke my heart and cheated on me and then dumped me for someone else. When I was crying all by myself, like fucking really upset. Marina wasn't there. She wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. Like, she wasn't there. It was just me crying by myself. And now she's like, well, that was just a joke, you know? You live so far away. It wasn't really serious. And meanwhile, I'm like, well, I can visit you like next month. Like, I can stop eating this month and literally visit you next month. Like, a plane ride is like 3 hours. Like, it's not that far. Like, it's a global village. Like, I can get a passport for 120 bucks and I can visit you in a month. We can fall in love. You can even live in Buffalo. I can live in Fort Erie. We can live right across the bridge from each other because I live in Canada. For anyone who doesn't know, she lives in America. We can live 5 minutes away from each other and still be in our own countries. We can totally make it work. It is very accessible. I am very accessible. And to say, well, you just live so far away, so I never really meant it. It just feels like a lie. It feels like not only a lie, but a genuine lie. You know, where the person believes their own lie? It feels like one of those. So I have a lot of sympathy for her. I say, my God, you are really honest. But you're authentically fake with your honesty. You believe your own bullshit. And that's not cool. And then it's even painful for me. I look like the bad guy because she's like, you're just trying to hurt, you know, not that you're trying to hurt me, but you're just looking, you just don't love me. You know, that's kind of how she translates it. You just don't love me. And I'm like, it's you who doesn't love me. And she said again, can you just be honest? And I'm like, I am honest. I am honest. It's you who's not honest. And you don't see it because you're subconsciously aware of it, but you're subconsciously aware you're dishonest. That's why you get so angry that I think that you cheated on you, or think that you cheated on me, I mean. That's why you get so angry about that. Because I recognize it. If there was actually no feeling that you have, no subliminal feeling that you cheated, when I say you cheated on me, you would say that's ridiculous, that's absurd, like that's crazy. But instead it triggers you. You go, I hate it. It makes me angry. When you get angry, it shows that you don't have an argument. It makes her angry that I think she cheated on me because she did. And so how am I supposed to forgive that when she's not even sorry? When her sorry is, well, I'm sorry I hurt you and I'll never hurt you again. But I didn't cheat on you. It's like saying, well, I'm sorry when you ran into my fist that it hurt you. You know, I'll never let it happen again. I didn't hit you, but I'll be really careful when you make the mistake next time of running at my fist, not to let it hit you. So I'm really sorry it happened. I'll never let that happen again. But, I didn't hit you. You ran into my fist. How are you supposed to trust someone like that? And she's really super hot. But I'm thinking, is that really the whole point of everything? That someone's really super hot? I mean, I said to my cousin after, because I was so grossed out with making excuses, because I bullied Helen after she bumped into Paulina for ruining my relationship with Paulina, because Paulina punished me for Helen bumping into her, which I didn't even realize that it wasn't an accident. And then I freaked out on Paulina for Paulina punishing me for Helen bumping into her. And I blamed Helen for ruining my relationship, and I bullied the fuck out of her. I was super mean to Helen. And Helen realized it, and she said, man, Z-Bubs hates me. And I said, yeah, that's right. That's right. We're done forever. And today I said to her, you know what, Bubs? I call her Bubs. I said, you know what, Bubs? I was actually punishing you because Marina was a bitch. I was taking revenge on you because you're just so soft and pure and nice. I just wanted to hurt someone. And you deserved better than that, Bubs. I was a prick and a jerk, and I'm sorry. And it made me cry to say that because she's so nice. She just forgives me and she just loves me. She's always loved me. When we were kids, I threw a big clump of dirt at her face. It hit her right in the face. Mud at the beach, like a big wet piece of sand. Threw it, just lobbed it, just hit her right in the face, and she started crying. I feel bad. I told her sorry for that. I'm a jerk. You know, she said, you're my brother. And I'm like, you're younger than me, but I look up to you. You're the first person who has ever loved me unconditionally. And I only have standards because of you. Because you treat me good is the only reason why I even know that I'm worth anything. You're literally the first person in my life who has loved me unconditionally. When I throw a clump of dirt at your face and hit you in the face, and you cry, you still love me after. No one has ever done that in my life. You've trusted me unconditionally forever. And because of that, when someone treats me badly, I say, you know what? I actually have a reference of someone who doesn't treat me badly. And I know what that's like. And I can see that there's a huge difference the way you're treating me. There's a huge difference in the vibe, how you're treating me. And so I was talking to Bubs last night. And Marina had just told me, okay, change the plans. I can't visit you anymore. You have to visit me. Because I never thought it through. And I was feeling zanked up that, you know what? Oh my God, Marina, you cheated on me. You know, I'm like waking up out of a trance. Like, Marina, you cheated on me. Do you not get it? Like, you know, there's been this underlying tension that I haven't even realized because I've only been subliminally aware of it. I've been denying it myself because I want it to work so bad because you're so hot. And I want to have sex with you so bad, and I'm so lonely, and as a TI, you have no one, and you have nothing, and you just get R'd all day, every day. And so it's like, you know, desperation. And so you turn the other cheek, and you say, you tolerate it. You tolerate it. When someone treats you badly, you tolerate it, and you say it's fine, you know. And then it comes out through the sides. It comes out through saying, you know, I feel like you don't love me, and you know, just the way you just said that, I feel like you don't love me. And now, really, whatever they said, it actually doesn't really matter. Like she said, I want to live in Buffalo, and I said, oh, that really hurts me. You wouldn't even ask me where I want to live. Now, was I really angry that she said she wanted to live in Buffalo? No. I was angry that I had unresolved, repressed anger from when she cheated. And then I was just finding any excuse to get angry because I couldn't admit the real thing, which is you cheated. And if I bring it up, you're just going to say you didn't cheat, and that's going to break us up. And I couldn't admit that. So last night, I basically bit the bullet and I said, okay, yeah, this is what happened. And let's see how you respond. And she responded by saying, you know, just be honest, which basically calling me a liar. You're just trying to find excuses to break up with me. And I didn't cheat on you. And it was just a misunderstanding. To which I then responded, okay, well, I guess we should break up then. And I kind of worried about her too. Like, I hope she's going to be okay. I hope this doesn't hurt her. But I have to worry about myself as well. Like, just appeasing someone and bending over for them to, like, spare their feelings, that's actually not really looking out for them. Like, placating someone is actually not a compassionate move. Because even if you placate them, that's kind of like giving them drugs. That's kind of like consoling them. That's like keeping them retarded. That's like making them fucking retarded. Like consoling someone is making them retarded. And that doesn't help them. You know, I think she'll be helped more. I think I did her more of a service. I was a better boyfriend to her by saying we should break up. If you can't admit that you cheated, we actually should break up. And it should be really painful for, you know, well, you know, I'm not saying it should be really painful, but I mean, it's better to go through the pain of breaking up, to not placate. For me to not placate you is more compassionate. It's more loving to not placate you and to give you the bitter, hard truth, to give you the sobering, bitter, hard truth. And we had another FaceTime date, and there was like no chemistry, and it was because of that cheating thing. It was surfacing. The old resentment was surfacing. And a lot of times this happens with relationships. You'll have resentments from like 10 or 20 years ago in a long-term relationship. And if you don't deal with it, it's like, why didn't you fold the towels right? But really, it's not about that. It's about something else. Like the way you looked at someone else, or the way you cut me off when we were talking at dinner, and you diminished what I was saying, and you just started talking about your own thing, and you made me feel really small back there, and you didn't realize it. And now when you folded the towels wrong, now I'm really fucking angry for some reason. You have those resentments, and I really don't like having those. I like being completely forthcoming so that I never feel like I'm married and I never feel like I'm in a relationship. Because a relationship is the death of love and marriage is the coffin. A relationship means that you've just repressed all your resentments and you've reduced the other to a fleshlight or a dildo. That's pretty much what a relationship is. And so I never want to feel like that. I want to feel like a lover. I want to feel like it's the first day we're meeting and like we're only writing love letters and like it's Christmas. And to do that, there can't be any unresolved resentments. And if there's going to be some of those unresolved resentments, I'm going to have to bring it up. And if we break up, then we break up. And so it was like a reality check for me as well. And I feel like I did the right thing. Part of me wondered, maybe I didn't do the right thing. Maybe she's right. Maybe we weren't serious enough. And maybe my feelings of being heartbroken when she so-called cheated but didn't really cheated, maybe that's actually true. And I should have just said we were just starting out, we were just fresh, and I was just too sensitive. And my feelings of being rejected but deceived are because I feel rejected right now, but it's not the same. I feel rejected right now by her, that she is not admitting she cheated, and that's leading to us breaking up. But that's not the same as feeling like she deceived me. Like it's a different kind of heartbreak than when she cheated. And so I was thinking, though, maybe she's right, and maybe she does have the excuse that we were just joking. And when I was really upset, that was just me being a mama's boy, an overly sensitive mama's boy. But my feelings were very hurt. I was extremely hurt. And she sent me a picture of a cat too. Like, hey, sorry, I can't be with you. I cheated on you, but anyway, I heard your cat died. Really sad. Like, I was like, oh my god. Like, you're cucking me. You're condescending me. Like it brutalized me. I was like, this is like the worst thing in my life. I thought you're definitely this is like intentional. Like if you were trying to hurt me, you couldn't even do a better job. Like I get the feeling that it wasn't intentional, but if your intent was to actually hurt me as much as you couldn't have done it better than how you did it. And it kind of reminds me of Blonde Girl and Dance Girl. Now that I'm single again, I don't think I'd even ask Blonde Girl and Dance Girl to stalk me. You know why? Because I don't know if I love you, and I don't know if you love me. So why would I even assume that we do? Why would I even say, you know what, one day when it's legal, come find me? Why would I even say that at all? So this has also helped me let go of Blonde Girl and Dance Girl, let go of my Stockholm Syndrome for them. And then you might ask, what about that gift that I have? I have a watch from them. Why do I keep that watch? Is it to eventually subpoena them and put them in prison? Or is it to remember them, that I love them and cherish them? Well, that's a question for me too. I've wondered that myself. What if the tides change? What if the society changes? And one day I can actually take legal action and I should keep the watch. And then sometimes I think, no, I really love the watch and I should just keep it because it reminds me of them. But now that I've come clean with Marina, now that I've dissolved my illusions with Marina and with Helen, I feel more clear with Blonde Girl and Dance Girl too. Okay, that's my mom's boyfriend calling. I don't know why he's... I thought they were together. I should see if my mom's car is here. Okay, her car is not here. The reason I say that is because if her car was here, it would mean that she is out with her boyfriend and probably calling the house from his phone. But since her car is gone, I don't even know where she is. So, yeah, so I'm totally single now with no prospects. Now, what about the other pigs, like Blonde Pita Pit? I have no reason to think she'd like me either. You know, she told me once about her apartment. I kind of felt like that was kind of like a lead on, but maybe not. You know, that's pretty, you're kind of reaching. You know, you mentioned your apartment. You're kind of, if I'm like, oh, that means you love me, it's kind of reaching on my part. So I'm not even going to assume Blonde Pita Pit loves me. Okay, as far as I know, nobody even loves me. Literally no one fucking loves me. And you know what? Strangely, it's not that bad. It's strangely not that bad. You know what's really bad is feeling like a bad person. Feeling guilt and shame. And even when you do have someone who loves you, feeling like you don't deserve it. That's actually really bad. Okay, I've been in a relationship with a guilt complex. And I've had to hide in the shower to avoid her asking what's wrong. I've had to go into the bathroom and lock the door to be sad. Because when she would ask me what's wrong, I couldn't actually tell her because I had too many secrets. I felt too shameful. And I had to hide it all from her. And she would never understand. And when I tried to tell her, she said, it's cool. And I thought, well, you're just a retard. So your validation doesn't make me feel better. Your validation doesn't actually cure my guilt complex. But looking back even further, the thing that I was feeling guilty for was something else. It was something else than I thought it was. Something else I had been gaslit about. That I wasn't even aware. And I was putting all that guilt, projecting all that guilt onto some other event without even realizing it. It was complex. It was complex post-traumatic stress disorder. It was fucking convoluted. And I had no way of articulating it. And so it came up ultimately as generalized pain, indescribable generalized pain that when you say what's wrong, I can't even tell you. I myself don't know. Why do I feel so dirty and disgusting inside? And when we dance and we're holding hands and you're laughing, why do I feel like crying that I can't be happy like you? Well, there was a song that said, you know, we're hot, we're just like you, but we're hot. I thought, well, it must just be that you're hot. Maybe I can get a new haircut. Maybe I should dye my hair. Maybe if I dye my hair, that'll fix it. Maybe you're just hotter than me, and I just need a couple more pigs, and maybe that'll fix it. And that's really what I tried. But it was not what was actually wrong, and it did not help. And it was just more of what I didn't even want. And so I know the pain of trying to make something work when it's fucked up at the core. When there's something at the core that's fucked up. And then everything built on that is like a house of cards. So I'm really particular. If there's some issue that doesn't get resolved, I'm like extreme. I'm like absolute about it. It's like cancer. It's like there can't be even a trace. It's all gone. We get every last bit of it out, or else it's going to spread. And if we don't get every last bit of it out, nothing moves forward. So I kind of want to do a water fast. I was planning on doing a water fast starting today so that I have the money to visit Marina next month. And now that I'm pretty sure she's just going to let me walk away from her without fighting, I wanted to make a video of her saying, or a video for her saying, Marina, this is what it's going to feel like for you to watch me walk away. And then I'd put on music, like sad music. And this is what I would do on the camera. I'd send her this video of me going like this. Don't chase me. You know, but really I would want her to chase me. Really, I want her to chase me. And I don't think I'm being a woman. You know, a woman is supposed to get chased by a man. In some cases, there are exceptions. And I feel like this is one of those exceptions. Like, I really wish you would chase me. The fact that you're not, it really breaks my heart. And the fact that you actually don't see it, and you won't lie to me, that you will say, really, I don't see it. Really, I don't understand what the hell you're talking about. And I'm not going to pretend like I do.